When you have a cool car in high school, all of your classmates notice. But what they often don't know is how passionate the owner is about classic cars. Today, 17-year-old Texas native Bobby Wallace shares about the 1956 Chevrolet that he drives every day.
Hello everybody, I'm Christine Danchuk and I'm here today with Bobby Wallace from Denton, Texas. And we're going to take a look at his 56 Bel Air. So Bobby, tell me a little bit about your 56.
Well, my 56 is a daily driver and I am 17 and actually drive to high school every day. And it's been a work in progress since I was 15. And I've changed the engine in it and the transmission, and I'll be changing the rear end soon. I've gone through the entire electrical system and I've actually added a bunch of surround system.
So I bet you have the coolest car on campus at school.
I would say that, absolutely.
Does everybody want to go for a ride?
Yeah, I get a lot of that sometimes, yeah.
So this is a daily driver. How does it ride?
Well, it rides just like it did back in 1956. It'll float a little bit on the highway and then it'll pull a little bit here and there. But it runs incredibly well, and I keep it maintained to be able to run it every day.
What about racing? Have you ever got this car up to speed?
I have, but I prefer not to because it's really just not built for safe at all.
So what next are you going to restore on your car?
Well, the next thing to be done is we're going to take out the original rear end and put in a 9-inch rear end with 355 gears in it to handle the engine transmission in it. And then while we're doing that, we're going to stick disc brakes on it and redo the front end. Put some coilovers on it probably. So
being young, I'm sure you love music, listening to music. Does this car have a good sound system?
Yes, it does. I put an entire competition sound system in this thing, and it's got R-type speakers in it. 2 6s in the front, 2 10s in the back, and a 9-inch sub in the rear.
Wow, so you're just going down the street bumping.
Absolutely.
And everyone's looking, not only do you have a cool car, but you got this really cool stereo system.
Oh yeah. Well, when I put it in, actually, I went down and first tested it out with one of my buddies, and we were playing some different music in it, turned it all the way up, and it got so loud in the back that it actually knocked the new emblems I put on my trunk off of them.
You drove this car all the way from Texas to get here.
Yes, ma'am.
Did it drive pretty good?
It didn't, actually. We did about 658 miles, and the entire time I had a lifter out of place. And so last night in the parking garage, about midnight, me and our buddy Regan and a couple other guys helped us fish the lifter into place and put the whole thing back together and tighten down. So it drives great now.
So I heard your dad is into Chevys too. Is that how you got into him?
That's exactly how I got into him. Actually, my father has my great-grandfather's 66 Chevy pickup, and we'll be restoring it this year to have it done for its 50th reunion.
Oh, very neat.
And that's how I got into it. And I've been doing it since I was a little kid. He had me help him rebuild the engine in it.
Was your dad helping you out with this car?
All the time. We're out there in the garage or out under a shade tree pretty much every day doing something different to the car.
That's really cool that you're learning and that your dad's teaching you how to put it together.
Absolutely. It's been a great experience. I learn something new every time.
So do you have any special memories with your car?
I do, actually. We got to go to prom in it this year, and I got to go all to the homecomings, and I've got to drive it all the way up here, and that was, to me, that was the best experience.
Well, it was so nice to meet you, and it's so nice to see another young guy that's into a classic Chevy, and I hope that you have a lot of amazing memories to come. And thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.